Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Iraq and its central bank digital coin. Now, I've talked about this before in the past, and I've shared some videos concerning all different countries and their central bank digital coin. We saw Israel, who was doing secret testing, and so if you guys want to check out those videos, just go and do a search on my video page and you can find those videos. But first, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on this information. If you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also the About section of YouTube, the Patreon, PayPal, and so on. Now, as many of you know, I haven't really focused on Iraq too much because I feel like there's a lot of things that still have to happen first before we see the dinar revaluation, at least to the levels that of where most people think where it's going to go, and that's the $1 and the $3. And so I've been focusing on other investments that I think that are going to bring even greater wealth, but they're going to come sooner than the Iraqi dinar. But that's just my opinion. Now, back on April the 19th, I have this article here, and this is where on some of those videos that I made about MasterCard to help digitize cash-driven Iraq and new partnership. All right, so MasterCard actually had been working with many other countries in developing their central bank digital coin. So I shared back 8-9 months ago that I believe that Central Bank of Iraq digital coin is coming. Now, I do believe that there's been some forward movement on that. I did share that central bank digital coins could become tradable, like on crypto trading sites like Coinbase and so on. But they could also be tradable like on stock market platforms too as well. And that's one of the things, folks. If the Central Bank of Iraq launched a digital coin today, how many of you would buy it? Most people here that are into the dinar would be flocking to buy it. I know I would be. And then that would also mean that I would not have to purchase the paper version of it too as well. In the talk of the wealth transfer dealing with the Iraqi dinar, we always talk about, before these events happen, about trying to get your hands on the Iraqi dinar, the closer that we think that it's going to happen, right? We've been giving certain clues to when it's going to happen, but all of that remains to be seen. If any of you do remember, I did share a video about the central bank currency digital tracker, and I've also shared some videos about Iraq and the coming central bank digital coin. So something told me to look up on the central bank digital tracker to see if there's been any updates, because I couldn't find anything in the news at all whatsoever. Now here's the central bank digital coin tracker, and you can see right here where Iraq is, right? And it's highlighted in green. So I went back to that video that I made and I looked at where Iraq was. Now this is the current one where I was just showing you, and you can see this is where Iraq is, right where this country is, Turkey. And you see it blank. That means if a country is blank, they have not said anything or made any types of announcements or anything like that concerning a central bank digital coin. And you can see here, well, now it's lit up as green. Now, if you can see, when you try to click on any countries that don't have any progress at all, their name doesn't even show up. Right, so that was the same with over here when I first pulled up this website 8-9 months ago. So now you're able to actually pull something up. So I clicked on Iraq. Here we are. We have the Central Bank of Iraq announcement year 2022. And I'm like, well, when did they make the announcement? I didn't see anything dealing with that. Now, there could have been some news that came out and maybe I missed it. But their status is research. Now, remember, we couldn't even click on it before. Right? You have retail, wholesale, and then you have a link to the announcement. Right? And then you go further down, and it shares here that when the status was updated. The status was updated in February of 2022, and they went from none to research. So obviously something has changed. So when I go to the link to the announcement, the amf.org, it's page not found. And this is the Arab Monetary Fund. And the title of the article is Arab Monetary Fund Releases Study Trends Issuing Central Bank Digital Currencies. So I did my best to go through the publications, and maybe somebody else who has a lot more time than I do can actually find this particular article. And I will leave these links down below in the description, so then that way you guys can do your research. So I tried to do a search on this in the news, and I did find an article, but it doesn't show the study. The article doesn't actually even mention Iraq or even some of the other countries. I even did a web archive search, and see here, this is the original article. It doesn't even mention like specific countries at all whatsoever. They're just talking about Arab banks. So the full version of the study is available through the link. So once again, when I click on the link, the Wayback Machine has not archived that URL. So if anybody's going to do some research, go through. I went through most of these databases and could not find the study. And then when you click on Google News, you can see that this article was released, but you cannot find the article that was linked. So they removed it. And I'm just trying to figure out why would they remove that particular article. And obviously it mentioned Iraq. And now I am completely convinced that Iraq is working on a central bank digital coin, and they are going to release it at some point. And for some reason, they're not sharing this information. And maybe it's because, they have some strong competition in the Middle East. You look at Saudi Arabia. Iraq presents a threat to Saudi Arabia concerning the oil, right? Because they would be their number one competitor, but they've done everything to squash Iraq. I brought up some things about Saudi Arabia in a previous video before, and they are doing everything that they can do to keep Iraq suppressed, because they know that if they don't keep them suppressed, they're going to surpass them. So if anybody can find the actual study, and not a news article, the actual study to this, please let me know. But I'm pretty excited about this, and I think that if Iraq launched a central bank digital coin and you were actually able to purchase that, could you imagine the dinar community and the wealth transfer community, how we would just pour our money in? You've seen in the past that when we work together, that we can make a cryptocurrency go up, but could you imagine a central bank digital coin? You guys would be buying it up like crazy. So that's something that we are going to be looking for down the road in the future. So you guys tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below in the description. Right? Tell me that if they launched a central bank digital coin, would you continue to buy the cash, or would you buy the central bank digital coin? And the closer that we get to the revaluation, maybe we'll get a central bank digital coin. And if that's the case, it's probably going to trade like cryptocurrencies. We've seen different people talk about the different rates. So obviously it's going to go up and it's going to go down. So people are going to be buying and selling and trading, swing trading, whatever the case. That's kind of the way that I look at it. I'm not saying that that's the way that it's going to be, but it's always that possibility. I know Iraq right now is going through a lot of political turmoil, as they always have. And I still think that we're far away from any major revaluation. It's not to say that they won't bump up the rate. They can do that at any time. They've moved it up and down before in the past. So it wouldn't be surprising if they did move it up some. But for what we are looking for, I think that we are still a little ways away from that. So that's all I have for that Iraqi Dinar today. So look out for that. And if you guys want to do the research, the links are down below in the description. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.